A season of firsts. Women's basketball in New Zealand has never shone brighter. And tonight, the spotlights are beaming here in Nelson at the Trafalgar Centre, the home of the inaugural GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa Final Four. Nau mai, hara mai, hello and welcome to the semi-finals. It's the Kahu up against the Whai, followed by the Queens playing the Pauakai. For the winners, of course, a grand final berth tomorrow night awaits. Justin Nelson and Donna Wilkins with you. Hey, and Megan Compain not too far away as well. Great to have you with us. What a big night.
Oh, it's a huge night for women's basketball in our country, isn't it? The Tauihi's been a great success and a long time coming, but how good is this Final Four going to be, Justin?
Looking forward to semi-final action tonight, back-to-back, and of course the two winners head through to tomorrow night's grand final. The final ladder. This is how we got here in season 2022. The Kahu, the Queens, the Pauakai, the Whai and the Hoiho. First versus fourth in the semi-final coming your way now, and a little bit later on tonight, right here on Sky Sport, the Queens and the Pauakai. Let's have a look at the Whai starters. There they are, and they're ready to go. Clark, McGoldrick, Lambert, McBride. Great to see Dom McBride back from injury, and Nikki Green, the double machine. The coach is Mel Bennett. She caught up with Megan Compain a short time ago.
I'm here with Coach Mel Bennett. Coach, it's finals time, right? So nothing that has happened before means anything tonight. How is your team prepared for what is a soon-to-be physical battle ahead?
Definitely going to be a physical battle. I think that's the key word there is mentality, preparing them emotionally for what's about to happen tonight. And you're definitely right. Like, we start here with a clean slate. What's happened before doesn't matter. You know, Kahu have come through an incredible run, you know, with 10-2. And we just have to leave everything out there, empty the tank as much as we possibly can, and then run on some fumes.
Well, the three games you have played against the Kahu this year, you've always started really well, and you've actually led, sometimes heading into the half, but second half has always been where you've struggled against this team. Have you guys focused on that in the last week of training?
We have done. I guess with the first game, we had a prominent injury to Dominic McBride, so that hurt us a little bit. I thought we caught some feelings over that and didn't adjust enough. And the second game, and the third game, we just turned the ball over way too much. I think the last time we played them, the stats said 28 turnovers. I counted 34. You know, those are things that we can actually fix ourselves, and just ball security is going to be key for us. And also being able to absorb the full court pressure and physicality, we have to show that back.
Well, the dynamic duo of Talia and Michaela, have you guys prepared for that, or as you say, you're just going to take it all in a game plan?
We've definitely done a game plan to try and limit them from getting open looks. You know, Talia and Michaela are superb, phenomenal players. That's why they're in the All-Star 5. And the on-ball coverages are something that we've been working on for the last week especially, because we've actually not done a very good job at that for the entirety of the season, no matter who we've played. So we've paid particular attention to that.
Thank you, Coach Mel, and all the best for tonight.
Thank you so much, Megan.
Great to talk to Mel Bennett there. A 5-7 season for the Whai. They lost 3 of their last 5, but Donna, it all starts again right now.
Oh, absolutely. It's anybody's game. We saw that with the men's competition. You know, once you get into that top 4, anything can happen. And look, if the Whai can shoot the lights out, anything can happen against this Kahu team.
Well, here are the Kahu, their starters tonight. Adams, Gavay, Tapia, the MVP, of course, Talia Tapia, Crystal Ledger-Walker, Michaela Cox. It's been wonderful to have her back home playing on home soil for the first time in 14 years, believe it or not. And Marte Grays. The coach is Jodie Cameron. Here she is right now with Megan Compain.
I'm here with Coach Jodie Cameron. Coach, 10-2 this season. You're probably really happy with that, but we've talked about finals time. None of that really matters, does it?
Absolutely, nothing matters now. It's, you know, scratch for both teams coming out tonight, and we just want to have a great start.
Well, that you talk about a great start against the Whai in particular. They have started really well, but you guys really know how to close out a game. Have you guys talked about how you start?
Yeah, every training, like it's a weekly thing, Megs, and so, you know, we get another opportunity to have another go at it.
Two very physical teams. Have you guys prepared for what that means mentally going into a game like this, knowing that the successful team's going to follow up with a final tomorrow?
Yeah, you know, physical, but for us, you know, it's really about us, you know, getting on the same page with each other, having a good start, and it's physical, and I think it's a great spectacle for our sport, but just mentally, you know, just switching in, and again, it comes back to our start for us. So I don't think we're that physical, to be honest. You know, I think it's for us, it's just like in our head.
We've got two guards that are absolutely lighting it up, and congratulations on the All-Star 5 for both Michaela and Talia. But the Whai do have some big guns inside and paint. Have you guys been focusing on what that means and to stop them off, get them off the boards?
Well, you know, we just got to do a good job, keep playing our game, and you know, the record is we've played them 5 times. We've lost once in the pre-season, so you know, we've got the upper hand, and we just want to repeat that.
Looking forward to watching the battle tonight. Good luck.
Thank you.
And we'll see you soon.
Cheers.
Well, it's been a big season for the Kahu. Coach of the Year, of course, Jodie Cameron, started the season with a 9-game winning run and then lost 2 of their last 3 games, both to the Queens, who have finished second on the ladder. But it is a formidable lineup, isn't it?
Oh, look, they've been strong throughout for a reason, haven't they? And that 9-0 run had everyone watching and envy, really, about how they had come together as a team. And they've just really been performing. Probably slipped a wee bit off, you know, the end there, going down to the Queens a couple of times. But that's what happens. Everyone wants to knock them off their perch. But look, they look very, very focused tonight, Justin. Let's
have a look at how these two teams match up for the season. Number 1 in offence, number 1 in defence, the Kahu. Interestingly, they rank 5th out of the 5 teams when it comes to rebounds.
Yeah, look, we've talked about this, haven't we? Nikki Green, Defensive Player of the Year for a reason for the Whai, and that's why we see their rebound count a lot higher. So it'll be interesting to see whether the Kahu can keep her off the boards in this matchup.
Some of the players to look out for tonight: Talia Tupaia, she was the MVP of the season for a reason. Kyra Lambert was also an All-Star 5 player, and you can see her importance to the Whai. And Dom McBride, back from injury, she is leading the way this season in the Tauihi for steals. So she is a very handy inclusion tonight.
Oh, for sure. You know, 3 steals on average a game is something your team wants when it comes to finals basketball. And I'm sure she's going to start with a hiss and a roar and be pleased to be back out here for the Whai.
The officials for this one: semi-final number 1, Hayden Pipe, Sharon Martin and Sasha Nicholson. Of course, it is a double header. That's the way the Final 4 works. So it's a bit of an early start. The crowd will build up as the night goes on. The Queens and the Pawakai to come up after this one tonight. All of it, of course, right here live on Sky Sport. Great to have you with us. Sit back and relax. It is a huge night for women's basketball in New Zealand, and of course for this fantastic new professional women's league, the GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa. Getting down to the business end, about to start semi-final number 1. And Donna, it just wouldn't be right if I didn't put you in the hot seat. What are your thoughts on this one tonight, the Kahu and the Whai?
Look, if you go across the season so far to date, you probably wouldn't look much further than the Kahu, would you? But I think tonight's game's going to probably be the closer of the 2. If the Whai get hot, they get hot. They've really punished teams this season from that 3-point range. So if they start knocking them down early, they could possibly get ahead of them. But if those shots aren't dropping, Kahu all the way. So I'm kind of on the fence. It depends on how they start that first quarter.
Well done. They've met 3 times through the regular season. Kahu 79, defeated the Whai 67. In Game 2, the Kahu 61 prevailed over the Whai 45, and in Game 3, that was the bigger of the blowouts, 88-64. Some interesting facts to keep an eye on tonight. For me, the Whai need to keep the Kahu away from the Resine line, because in their 3 matchups this season, Talia Tupaia has shot 20 of 22 from the Resine at 91%. Michaela Cox, 16 of 18 at 89%. And as a team, the Kahu have converted 65 of 81 attempts, 65 points in those 3 games coming from the Resine.
And look, as a coach, Jodie Cameron, you'd have to be pretty pleased with that performance from the charity strike, wouldn't you, from the Resine? You know, some teams have struggled from there to get those bonus points, but the Kahu are definitely not one of them. And Talia Tupaia, she looks to get down that lane, especially on that left-hand side. So we'll be seeing lots of action from her tonight.
Here's our ball ladies, ball kids. There's Brooke Bainan, 2 years of age from Nelson Central Kindergarten. We've got to get that in, and she's joined by Ava Jones, 13 years of age from Waimea College. How good is that? And two names that I think basketball fans across the country might be familiar with, Bainan and Jones.
Yeah, I think there may be a very proud father sitting in here watching.
Was he taking photos?
I hope so, because that was pretty cute.
Set for a start here. Semi-final number 1, GJ Gardner Holmes, Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa. The Final Four is underway, and it will be the Whai with the opening possession of the game. Here's Kyra Lambert. What a season she's had. The All-Star 5 from the Whai. McBride back to Lambert. First shot of the game comes up short. Not even Nikki Green will be able to haul that one in. And the Kahu will be happy to come through that opening play unscathed, and they get their first opportunity now.
Yeah, I just spoke of that, didn't I, Justin, about whether the Whai want to get going early from three-point land, and they've shown their intent.
To Pyer, to Cox, into the corner, Ledger Walker. Opening shot is good for the Kahu. They're on the board through Crystal Ledger Walker.
They just moved that ball so nicely on offense too to find it open on the baseline.
Clark nowhere to go, surrounded by blue singlets. Adams Gavay, Cox now attacking. Knocked out of her hand, good defense in the end. Kyra Lambert involved in that. Kahu to bring it in underneath their own basket.
Yeah, good hustle back after a turnover of possession. The Whai got back, put the pressure on Cox.
Ball in play, and a foul called there. That'll be against Ezra McGoldrick, just reaching in from behind. So first foul of the game against the Whai. Kahu leading early off the corner 3 from Ledger Walker. Brings it in now to Michaela Cox, the Sky Sport Tall Ferns veteran. What a season she's had. That one a little bit hard off the glass. Loose ball, the Whai will come up with it. How good has it been, Donna, to see this lady here, Michaela Cox, back in action?
Well, this is what the Tauihi is about, isn't it? We want to bring our tall ferns back to New Zealand. We want our young players that are playing our game to see the talent that we have, and I've just loved watching her play.
Here's McBride. McGoldrick now doing the work inside over the top of Adams Gavay. The ladder wins the battle, and away come the Kahu with a little bit of speed up the floor. Ledger Walker now brings it back out. Grays steadies it to Pyer. Works around the screen, looking to create something. Grays against Green off the glass. Good basket.
Oh, what a finish. Off balance, just kisses it off the backboard.
Here's Lambert. The Whai still looking for their first points here in the semi-final tonight. They've got a lot of supporters down here as well. Here's Lambert with the deep 2, and they're on the board. Sweet shot.
Yeah, she needed to make that one. I was just about to say that they were looking a wee bit static. They're not moving the ball around offensively, but that 2 points helps.
Cox now. Adams Gavay with a nice screen. Frees up some space in the corner. Grays for 3.
Big shot. It's about the same place as Ledger Walker, liking the baseline 3.
And they're out 8-2 early. Speaking of three-point shooters, keep an eye on Tiana Clark. Had 11 in one game this season.
I happened to be at that game just watching in the crowd, and it was massive. Couldn't miss anything.
Lambert now, front of the iron. Rebound. Kahu away. Ledger Walker. Great pass inside. Hot start tonight for the Kahu. Marte Grays with the 2. And they're out by 8.
Yeah, it wasn't just the pass. It was a great screen and roll action from the Kahu. Great start from them. It's probably one of their work-ons. They have been a bit slow to start.
Clark at back of the iron. To Pyer. Smart play. Keeps it alive for the Kahu now as they look to extend this early lead. 10-2 season, top of the table. They've been impressive. And there's a foul. That's going to put Michaela Cox to the line. We spoke about how good she is from the charity stripe. GJ Gardner Holmes replay here on the drive. Nikki Green reaching in, and you can see the end foul was Kyra Lambert.
Yeah, the Kahu are running a great offense at the moment. They're doing a lot of the screen and roll action, and they're getting that good penetration to the middle with the roller going. And, you know, we've talked about how you can't send the Kahu to the line.
Well, you can't send Michaela Cox to the line. There's a reason why she still holds the #1 all-time position for free throw percentage at the Oregon Ducks. 86% over 125 games as she converts 2 from 2 from the Rosine. 220 from 256 free throw attempts with the Ducks.
You didn't even jinx her either. She made that second one at ease. We were watching, Megan and I were watching her shooting before, pre-game. It was amazing. She didn't miss many at all.
Timeout here. Kahu lead this one early by 10, and no doubt, Donna, the Whai need to have a chat here. What do you think will be being spoken about from Coach Mel Bennett?
Well, I do think they need to look at their screen and roll action. The Kahu are just actually punishing them on it at the moment. They're setting a good pick. They're getting that penetration to the hoop. So whether they're not defending that action as well as what they could, but they've got to get themselves.
Kahu have shot 4 of 5 in the opening minutes of this one. They're going at 80%. The Whai, 1 of 5 at 20%, and that is the difference. Megan Compain's been down listening to the red-hot Kahu and their start tonight. Jodie Cameron surely has been pleased.
She sure has. Jodie Cameron doesn't give a lot away, but she indicated in that timeout that she's happy with what she sees from the team, but they can't give up on the basics, get the hand in the passing lane, and make sure they keep the pressure on defensively.
Well, let's see what the Whai do coming out of that timeout. See if they can change things up a little bit here. Here's Lambert. Rabati setting the screen. Dropping in. Green now. Pulls up the dribble. They're going to have to fire away. Dom McBride short on the shot. Big rebound by Kyra Lambert with the putback. And she is the best rebounding guard in the competition for a reason.
Oh, absolutely. That was a huge offensive rebound, but not only the rebound, the putback as well. Much needed for the Whai.
Here's Tapia, her first real shot of the night, comes up short, loose ball underneath. Nikki Green hauls it in. You'll hear her name quite often when it comes to rebounding tonight. Haramaya with the early three-point attempt. Good defense underneath by Ledger Walker. And the Kahu come up with it again, 12-4.
Although I like the intent from the Whai, they're trying to pull down those offensive rebounds, and sometimes that bit of want can change the game, as we see a great defensive play by the Whai.
Yeah, doubling Tapia, so no doubt they've spoken about that one coming in. In the end, the Kahu may be lucky to get away with this. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Look at Dom McBride and Nikki Green, all involved in that one, and I think McBride may be called for that reach in the end. 3 steals a game this season. Missed a big chunk of the season, Dom McBride, through injury. Great to have her back at the business end. She is an elite defender. Now the officials here just having a chat about that call, and you may have just picked up in the background Kahu coach Jodie Cameron yelling out to Talia Tapia to say, watch the double on you. So no doubt the Whai have come in with a game plan to try and stop the MVP of the league, Talia Tapia.
Yeah, well, look, the Whai won't want her to get going at all. She's been very strong, especially off that left-handed dribble.
Here's Grace. Good inbound play. She's fouled down the arm, and Marte Grays is off to the Rosine line. What a hot start tonight for Grays. Has not missed a shot, has 7 points early in this one, and has been a big reason why the Kahu have got off to a flyer.
She just does a great job. As we see her get that, it was a strong take inside. Does enough to get the foul.
Born in Detroit, Michigan, the 188 centimetre forward. Went to DePaul University. Do you know what DePaul is known as?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
In the Big East Conference, of course. The Blue Demons. Did you know that, Donna?
No. No, Justin.
Oh, you obviously weren't with me doing the research today. That's okay. The Blue Demons. I
No,
like
I've been
it.
in Christchurch today at netball. I'm just arrived in the beautiful sunny Nelson.
A lot of people flying in for the Final Four. We're underway, semi-final number 1. The Kahu leading by 10 early. The Whai under some pressure. Here's Haramaya working off the wing. Trying to get some points on Tapaya, who's everywhere early. She's reaching in there on Nikki Green. 2 feisty customers, Nikki Green and Talia Tapaya. The Kahu number 4 called for the foul. She's a little bit surprised. You can see her reaction there.
Yeah, just getting a little bit tangled up with each other. we push and shove. Wouldn't be finals basketball without a bit of that. Both teams wanting this win so badly.
Here's Lambert. Can she get the Whai going? Green, deep 2. Usually pretty good from there. That one a little bit too deep. Grays with the rebound. Ledger Walker looks to set the table once again. Cox. Lambert quickly looking to close down that space. Now with Ledger Walker. She steps back. Deep shot. Comes up short, loose ball. Maddie Wolf was in there battling for it with Nikki Green, who continues to rack up the rebounds early. There's Rabati inside. I think she may have had the last touch. In fact, Hayden Pipe, the official there, right on the spot, says no. And the Whai will keep possession here with 12 seconds on the shot clock. Importantly, they've gone 5.5 minutes, Donna, and only scored 4 points.
Yeah, and that's concerning for the Whai because it's pretty hard when you've got that extra pressure against you to make baskets. As we just see that pass, didn't have enough on it from Lambert.
So another turnover here. Ledger Walker on the run, steps back nicely inside Dom McBride. Just wall the foul down the arm on the reach. GJ Gardner Holmes replay. Good quick play, transition there. And Crystal Ledger Walker will be rewarded with another trip to the Resine. What have you made of the table-topping Kahu so far tonight, Donna Wilkins?
Look, they haven't done much wrong on the offensive end, have they? Nailing their shots every time they get to the Resine. They're nailing those as well. But I just like their intent on their offense. So going through their plays, they're doing their pick and rolls, and they're getting reward from that.
Ledger Walker moves to 5 points in this game. It's now a 12-point margin, and again, another turnover. Things starting to go awry for the Whai. Here's Ledger Walker turning back to her right. Can't complete the shot. Nikki Green, rebound. The Whai quickly heads up, trying to get on the move here. Lambert forced back out. Good defense from Ledger Walker. Here's Clark, shut down by Cox, creating some space. Shot clock down to 6. Lambert has to go from deep. That one off to the left. And again, the Kahu will come up with it.
Yeah, and that's the issue for the Whai at the moment. The shots that they're getting are under pressure. They're not finding the open player. It's a contested shot, and they are just not dropping.
4 early turnovers in this game for the Whai, and they just can't find the bottom of the net. Shooting 2 of 10 at the moment. Here's Michaela Cox into the corner. Wolf. Green with another rebound. She's dominating the boards early in this one. But they need something offensively here, the team in pink. Clark, Rabati now. Inside, Green, that's better. Has a couple to beat. The pass wasn't good though. And Tapaya with another steal. She gets on the attack, pulls up for the 2.
Nails it. And that's just great offense. They turn that ball over defensively and get a great shot at the other end.
You're going to see a Sky City player timeout here. GJ Gardner Holmes replay. Too much space for Tapaya. She's the MVP for a reason. And the Whai mindful not to have 2 full timeouts early in this game. They trail by 14. They've immediately called a Sky City player timeout to try and regroup. And I think it's a pretty good call, Donna.
Oh, look, they needed it, didn't they? And you can see the frustration starting to show on the faces. Green after that turnover, you know, the head's down. It's hard. It's hard for them at the moment. The Kahu have all the momentum.
And this is a good use of a Sky City player timeout. What have you made of the new innovation in the Tauihi this season?
I like it. Look, you've got a lot of players out here that have played for a long time. They're experienced, you know, Michaela Cox. Let them run the show every now and again, and it's quite nice to see what they come out of those timeouts and do, and the corrections that they make.
We're about to find out. Each team, of course, is allowed one player timeout per half. Coaches aren't allowed to be involved. It's only the players on the floor. The Whai have just used theirs for the first half, and they go straight to Tiana Clark looking for a big three. Green with rebound number 5. Here's Clark again. On the dribble, off balance, does get the shot up,
But
and
now,
then commits the foul.
And that's the problem, isn't it? The shots aren't dropping and the frustrations are showing. Puts her hands in and collects a foul for her troubles.
Huge night of women's basketball on Sky Sport. This, of course, is semi-final number 1. Coming up later tonight, right here. No need to change the channels, Donna, because we've got the Queens and the Pauakai as we try to find the 2 grand finalists. More points for the Kahu. Tara Reid at the Resine. Good to see her back on court. Missed some basketball last week with an injury. Misses the second. And they've already racked up 19 points in this one. The Whai desperately needing some points right now. Shooting 2 of 12. Here's Hadamaya with some aggression to the basket. Good defense from Cox. And in the end, not sure whose foot that came off. Clock is down to 17. They might be in trouble here. In fact, they are. So 8 seconds back court. And a bit of a reprieve there for the Whai.
Yeah, look, they'll be relieved about that, but good pressure on the Kahu to try and turn that ball over, and they've come away with it, with that backcourt violation. But now they've got to score some points here, the Whai.
15-point margin early. Here's Clark, pulls up the dribble. Look at Ledger Walker closing that space and putting the pressure on. Hadamaya now, she's trying to get going. That one's short. And it just seems they can't get space on their shots at the moment, Donna. Everything is under pressure.
Oh, it is for the Whai, and I think they're going 0 from 6 from 3-point land. And we talked about if they can get going, they're hot, but they're struggling to find that form offensively.
Tupaia doesn't miss too many shots like that, so maybe Kyra Lambert can make them pay at the other end. She can't.
And when it's not working for you, it's not going as it doesn't get the roll.
Final 90 seconds of this opening quarter. Here is Talia Tupaia. That's what she does. MVP of the inaugural Tauihi season for good reason. The Australian, who was the second youngest ever debutant in the Australian WNBL. Here's where McGoldrick comes up with that badly needed basket for the Whai. 15 years and 133 days of age when Talia Tupaia made her Australian WNBL debut. Offensive foul picked up there. Looks like against Adams Cave, who's just trying to explain her side of the story. It's not bad, is it? 15 years and...
Oh, it's amazing. I'm just sitting here trying to process that. And, you know, and what an athlete. And she's been so solid all season, hence the MVP title. But that 3 was massive. But, you know, you can play that. You can be relaxed. Your team's up 22-6. You've got all the freedom in the world, and she's showing it.
Lambert. Clark, she'd love a 3 right now. That one doesn't drop. Kahu looking for more points in this opening quarter. They've dominated proceedings here at the Trafalgar Centre in Nelson. Here's Reid. Pulls it back out. Shot clock at 6. Pulls up the dribble. They want Tupaia to get busy and get to work. Was there a double dribble in there? Doesn't matter. Adams Gabay with the... Yeah, it is too. Got the rebound and reaching on over the back. Kendall Hadamaya.
I think the Whai might have been a little bit unlucky. I thought it was a double dribble, bit of a lucky escape for the Kahu, but when it's rolling for you, it is. And they just stayed with it. They played to the whistle.
Gabriella Adams-Gavay, who has been really prominent in the second half of the season, moved into the starting lineup and has not relinquished that position. Second attempt from the Razine comes up short. Dangerously, the Whai bring it across halfway. Dying seconds. Lambert.
The roll.
Well, it's been the tale of the tape in this opening quarter. The Kahu dominating early proceedings here in the opening semi-final of the Tauihi Final Four. They lead this one 23-6. Quick break, and then Donna Wilkins on the other side will pick it all apart. Stick with us.
We have Zoe and Lisa. Zoe and Lisa, pretty simple on this one. Quick your GJ Gardner home balls. We'll just start the baseline. Dribble up court. See who can get the most in the buckets. Pretty easy. You guys ready? Down, ladies and gentlemen.
On the floor, right?
Zoe and Lisa. You guys confident?
Yeah. By them.
Sure, you do great. Ready? And 3, 2, 1, go. Most buckets. Take home the vouchers. From the free throw. Who's the first to get it? Is it Zoe or Lisa? Cheer them on, ladies and gentlemen. It's not easy coming out here, believe me. First one to get it from the Razine. Confidence is key in this one, and we do. We have it. That's the first one. Can we get another shot in? Keep cheering them on, Zoe and Lisa in this one. Just the one from Zoe.
Welcome back to the Trafalgar Centre here in the city of Nelson. Great to have the Tauihi Final Four here in Nelson. Crowd is starting to build up. Of course, it's an early start on night one of the Final Four. Kahu leading this one. What a start, 23-6. Let's quickly catch up with Megan Compain because she's been listening in to the Whai, and no doubt they were having a long chat through quarter time about what they need to do here to try and chip away and get back into it.
Yeah, there was a long personnel better, but very calm and very under control, which you have to be when you find yourself in this situation. Down by 6 points to 23, starting second half, second quarter. She just reminded her team to keep chipping away and do the basics right, take the open shot selection, but also attack the basket, letting the Kahu off the hook by not taking it strong inside.
Travel called there, thanks Megan. So an early turnover there for the Kahu. Donna, what did you make of the opening quarter?
I was actually a wee bit blown away. Like, we know how strong the Kahu are, but we also know that the Whai can shoot the ball, but they didn't shoot it well at all in that first quarter. 16%, 3 from 18. But we see them there opening up with a layup.
Yeah, Don McBride, that'll certainly help the cause. Here's Michaela Cox, 8 of 10 from the line in that opening quarter for the Kahu as well. We spoke about that in the pre-game, the fact that they need to keep them away from the Razine. I'll tell you who loves that corner. She's done it all season, Michaela Cox. You do not want to let her get shots up from that deep left corner. She is a deadeye.
And it's unfortunate, isn't it, when you do a zone, you're trying to force them to put up those outside shots, but they are now 4 from 5 from 3-point land, the Kahu.
And another turnover. Kahu, look out, look who's in the corner. Doesn't miss many from there. That one comes up short. And I'll tell you now, from what I've seen from Michaela Cox in that left corner, the Whai have just dodged a bullet. Again, the pass inside for the Whai pushed out of play. Good defence there from Reed. It's probably been something glaring so far in this game. Just that inside entry pass has not been good enough.
And I think that's just, look again, the defensive pressure from the Kahu. They don't give up at all. They've got the hand in the passing lane. So that placement has to be spot on, and it's not for the Whai.
Early stages of this second quarter. Good to see Jelena Vucevic out there for the Whai. Of course, a local Nelsonian.
And it's always good, isn't it, when you've got a local out there on court. I'm sure she'll have a few fans in the crowd.
Here she is. Vucinic, right on cue. McBride, that's a long way out. Dom McBride, the Arizona Wildcat, with a massive shot from downtown, and maybe that'll get the Whai going.
That was a huge three, wasn't it? Way back from the line.
Cox steps around, goes with the deep two. He's almost halfway down, rimmed in and out. Nikki Green looking to score with the little floater. No can do, and the Kahu just happy to settle things down here.
I don't mind that though from Green from the Whai. She's trying to get down the lane, try and get it to the rim.
She's yet to score in the game, Nikki Green. Only player this season to average a double-double. Here's Tapia, she's fouled. Well, she's a crafty player. The lady from Penrith, New South Wales. GJ Gardner Holmes replay. And you just look at this. She searches, she twists, she turns, she finds a way to the hoop. She's a master at drawing fouls. And it's very easy to forget that she has been drafted into the WNBA, pick 36 in 2017 to the Minnesota Lynx. And she was drafted for a reason.
Oh, absolutely. And again, that was down that left-hand channel.
First one is in and out. It's a rare miss from her against the Whai this season. She has hit 20 of 22. So make that 21 of 24 now. Margin at 16. Here's Lambert calling the shots. And finding a way to the basket. So Sean Rabati helped open things up there with a screen up high, and Lambert took the opportunity. Ledger Walker back the other way, just like that.
How much does that hurt? You get a good play down one end, but you give up a three.
Here's Lambert, and she responds. So basket for basket stuff here, and have a look at Kyra Lambert trying to pump the Whai up.
And sometimes that's all it takes, one player. As we see the Whai in a zone.
Here's Tara Reid, can hit threes. That one just a little bit too deep. There's a foul on the rebound. In fact, no, there's not. There's a stoppage in play because away from the ball, we've got Kyra Lambert who's gone down, gets up very slowly here. That's not a good sign for the Whai. There's a timeout that's been called amongst all of that
We've got some basketballs to give away
by the Kahu.
So make some noise for our
She looks in a bit of pain there, Kyra Lambert. Not sure what happened. It was definitely on the weak side. She's reassuring her teammates that she's okay.
Yeah, the stoppage will do her the world of good. She's not at all looking comfortable.
I'll tell you how good Kyra Lambert's been this season. Ranks #1 for minutes played in the competition. Averages 38.5 minutes a game, so she doesn't get too much of a break. She averages, in fact, she's #2 for assists. She ranks 5 for steals, 5 for rebounds. She ranks 5th in the league for rebounds, and she'd be one of the shortest players in the competition. And she ranks 8th for points as well. So she is a dynamo, Kyra Lambert.
She's amazing, isn't she? And, you know, we talk about rebounds as we just see her there popping up a shot.
Well, look at the reaction here. Look at that.
She just wants it, doesn't she? And I think when you're trying to get on the glass, it's about want. And it doesn't matter about what size you are. And she's got a big heart and she just chases down the ball. Hopefully she is going to be okay.
Megan Compayne's been listening into Coach of the Year, Jodie Cameron.
Coach of the Year, Jodie Cameron. I thought it was a really well-timed called timeout. The Whai had got on a little bit of a run, and the zone, although they had a couple of those shots early, they had rattled them a bit and they started to settle for the outside three. So the message in the timeout was we've got to still look in to go out, and looking at breaking that zone by going inside, outside.
Thanks very much, Megan. And anyone who had any concern for Kyra Lambert, fear not, because she's straight back out there. Sian Rabadi pulled up for the foul there, something the Whai didn't need. Margin is at 14. They've just got to hang tough here, Donna.
Look, they do. They've just got to try and get a couple of stops. They have come away with the ball from this zone, so they'll need another couple, but they do need to make sure they score down the other end.
6 steals in the game for the Kahu. Here's Cox, speaking of steals. Nearly turned that one over. Somehow gets it back. Nice little fake at the Razine. Got the shot off on the right. They hold possession. Crystal Ledger-Walker here.
Look
out.
In the corner.
You don't want that. Well, she's 1 of 3 from there, and the Whai can consider themselves very lucky because she's 45% on the season, and many of the made shots have come from that corner. Nikki Green with a loose pass.
Yeah, after such a great rebound as well, but just the pass going astray.
Nice up fake, Michaela Cox. How about the block from Dom McBride?
And that's what they need. They need a couple of big plays, the Whai.
And that is a big play. Kyra Lambert.
She hit the deck hard too.
Important basket for the Whai. They bring it back to 12. And it's by no accident that Nikki Green and Kyra Lambert are involved in this right now. Here is Green. Dom McBride as well. Pushes it down inside. Nice delivery to Rabadi. Out to Tiana Clark. That one doesn't go. She just can't find her shooting stroke at the moment, Tiana Clark.
She'll keep shooting those balls though, Justin, as all shooters do.
Here's Reed. Ledger-Walker now.
Oh, nice offload.
Oh, that's just class. Absolute class. Marte Grays with the finish, but laying the table, Crystal Ledger-Walker. Here's Lambert. She fires away for 3. Clark keeps it alive. McBride now. Sky Sport Tall Ferns coach Guy Malloy is sitting sidelines tonight. He'll be liking what he's seen from Crystal Ledger-Walker.
She's got to get it up.
And I don't know that she's got it up in time. She hasn't. So that one waved away. It was a lovely move from Tiana Clark. It's gone unrewarded.
Yeah, and they've just got to keep notice of what that shot clock is doing. Clark a bit disappointed because she got a nice lane, but just needed a little bit quicker to open up.
She hit 18 triples for the season, 11 in one game. Here's Tara Reid. She thought she was fouled. In the end, she probably had more time and space than what she thought. Dom McBride's open for 3 here. That one in and out. Bounced around to Paya.
She had to think about it.
She's always a step ahead. Let's see what she does here. Sends it outside to Ledger-Walker. Another triple for the Kahu, and just like that, the Whai battling back, but it's opened out to 17.
That's a scary thing for the Kahu, isn't it? They're so good at moving the ball around. Anyone can score.
Hedemeier responds back the other way. And she's one player who can heat up from distance, Kendall Hedemeier. Here's Tapia. Ledger-Walker now from the corner. Couldn't go back to back. Clark up quickly. Wants to get on the move now. Will go all the way. Used the body well, didn't she?
Oh, she did, and she got that lane, and that's what they need to do. I think they need to use their speed to get down that court before the Kahu set up defensively.
Margin back to 12. Inside the last 3 minutes of this first half. They're just sticking around. It's been a tough night so far for the Whai. Look at Tara Reid.
Yeah, Reid, nice up fake. Moves the defender and the lane opens up.
McBride now. Inside to Green, just using her size and strength. Nikki Green.
Nikki Green gathers for 2.
Big and strong. Out of North Charleston, North Carolina, Nikki Green. Here's Marte Grays. That one almost hit the bottom of the net before it jumped back out.
And a chance here for the Whai.
Now whistle's gone. It's going to be a hold on Crystal Ledger-Walker, and that's going to bring a whistle. I think a timeout coming up here. Jodie Cameron wants to have a chat. Something she's seen that she's not happy with. 12-point margin, just over 2 minutes to go in the opening half of semi-final number 1. GJ Gardner Holmes, Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa. Final 4 is underway. Queens and the Pauakai to come a little bit later on tonight.
And we've also got some Basketball New Zealand merch to give away as well.
Jodie Cameron,
but we need you nice and
Coach
loud.
of the Year. Well deserved.
Oh, look, when you go 9 straight, you must be doing something right. She had the team gelling perfectly. I think a couple of times they were quite slow at starting out of the blocks, and they definitely weren't that tonight. But I think she's called a timeout here because the Whai are starting to open up offensively. They are starting to get some dives to the hoop. So we see a few pink hats in the crowd.
Great to see the Whai fans travelling down for this one from Taronga. There they are.
What about Kahu?
I know the Queens have got a couple of hundred fans coming tonight as well, so look out for that one a little bit later on. Two-time Olympian Megan Compain, part of the Sky Sport commentary team. She's been buzzing around the timeouts. I think she may have been listening into Mel Bennett and the Whai. What's the word down there, Megan?
Yeah, you do feel like a little bit of a stalker hanging around the back of the team there, getting a few unusual looks from the players, but the very simple message from Mel Bennett then was, whatever we're doing now is working, let's keep our composure, but back screen, Nikki Green underneath. That's what they've got to do for the rest of the half.
Well, it's a good call. We're talking about Tapia being WNBA draft quality. Nikki Green was drafted at pick 26 in 2013 to the Phoenix Mercury and played a number of games in the WNBA. So we know that she's all class, and we know that she's got experience in the toughest competition in the world.
Yeah, look, and I think sometimes she goes away from what she can do offensively. And she just needs to get in there and get on the glass.
Really unfortunate foul there called on Kyra Lambert, just jumping up and competing for the rebound. Probably would have preferred to see that one let go. It was a good contest, and the Kahu came up with it anyway. Inside the last 2 minutes. No doubt we'll have plenty of family and friends from the United States watching in the Final Four, both tonight and tomorrow night. Lots of great international players in this new professional competition here in New Zealand. What an opening season it's been. Into the corner here, big chance. Marte Grays gets it back. Almost fell in her lap at the end.
Yeah, look, that's 2 offensive rebounds in a row for the Kahu. The Whai have to be better on their box outs. They get that one.
Can they get this margin back to single digits? Here's Clark. Green now. Bit of space there at the top. She does like that shot. She's missed a couple from there tonight.
I think she has that ability to get to the hoop, though. I'd like to see her drive hard, try and draw that foul.
Well, not too many can stop her when she gets on a charge. Adams Gavay hands it off to Michaela Cox.
A turnover.
Loose pass, wasn't it? Tiana Clark comes up with it. Lambert on the run. In the end to Hedemeier. She's got some space. Loves the three. And the Whai crowd love that one. Just like that, we're back to 9. Timely basket. Can Grays respond? She's forced to pass out. Tapia up fake. Drives in. Pushes it back out. Grays from deep.
Another chance here for the Whai as we see Tiana Clark push the ball up.
They've got a bit of momentum at the moment. No foul called there, but Crystal Ledger-Walker was out of play on the rebound. 37-28. Timeout called. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, and you can just see there, Ledger-Walker, unfortunately for her, was over the baseline. But the Whai, importantly, Donna, are charging back.
Look, they are, aren't they? And they've cut that lead right down. They're doing so much more work defensively and creating the opportunities by pushing that ball up the court. And they've cut right into this Kahu's lead.
9-point margin now. Only seconds to play in this opening half. It's been an impressive start from the Kahu tonight. They really jumped out of the blocks, didn't they? 23-6 opening quarter, but the Whai have steadied. They've won this second quarter at the moment, 22-14. So importantly for them, even though the Kahu have managed another 14, the Whai are starting to find the bottom of the net.
Oh, they are. You know, look, they're starting to hit those shots offensively. Their shooting was pretty poor in their opening quarter. They just couldn't get those wide open shots, and now they're starting to get good looks and they're netting them. So that is the reason why we're seeing them eat into this lead. Look, you couldn't continue to shoot at such a low percentage, could you?
No, absolutely not. That opening quarter, when you look at that field goal percentage and it's in the teens, you certainly hope it can only go north from there. Here's the Whai looking to close this even further. They're going to get the last shot, you would think, of this opening half. It's in safe hands, good hands. Kyra Lambert for three, just off to the left. And that'll do us. Opening half here at the Final Four, inaugural season of the GJ Gardner-Holmes Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa. A little bit of doom and gloom it looked like at quarter time, but the Whai have managed to work themselves back into this one. 9-point margin at the half. We're going to head down to the sidelines and catch up with a couple of the stars from the opening half. Megan Compain has Michaela Cox with her.
Michaela, blistering first quarter, but of course the Whai came back in the second quarter. What's the message in the locker room?
Yeah, basketball's a game of runs. You know, we'd rather them have their run early, but we've got a few things to fix against that zone, and making sure we stay confident, and then, you know, it's all about the defense.
I'm going to let you go back in, so thank you very much. Straight into Kyra. I'm not going to keep you long because you're going to want to have a chat at halftime, but hey, good work on the second quarter coming back. What's the message in the locker room?
Just keep chipping away. We just got to focus on getting stop sign defense, rebounding the ball, and then pushing the tempo in transition.
Yeah, you can seem to get a little bit of a run in the second quarter, but Talia can certainly light up. Is there she focus for the second half?
It's everybody. Honestly, everybody from their team is contributing, so we just got to hunker down, pay attention to the scout, and then get some stops.
Thank you. Good luck for the second half.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Megan. Kyra Lambert, 11 points in the game, and the Whai just sticking around. But the Kahu, they've had the better of the proceedings through this first half. They lead it at halftime, semi-final number one, 37-28. On the other side of the break, Donna Wilkins will pick it all apart when we take a look at the stats. See you soon. Welcome back to the Trafalgar Centre here in Nelson. Semi-final number 1, half-time in the Tauihi. There's Coach of the Year, Jody Cameron, the Kahu, leading proceedings here over the Whai, 37-28. But a fight back, Donna Wilkins, in that second quarter by the Whai, and they're just sticking around, aren't they?
Look, they are. They're starting to make some baskets. They're trying to get down the lane, but, you know, hitting a couple of threes, and their percentage goes from 18% up to 33% for their field goals. We said there was only one way they could go, and that was up, and they sure did that. So they need to work hard, I think, though, at getting to the Rosine line. They haven't been once, the Whai.
Love to know what's on that whiteboard. Here's the scorers to the half. Ledger Walker and Grace. Mate Grace, what a start by her tonight. She was on fire. Kyra Lambert, though, just getting things going for the Whai. She's a wonderful player. She had a big season. And look at that. Nikki Green with 9 rebounds, doing what she does.
Look, she's fantastic on the boards, isn't she? But I also spoke, they need to start scoring through her. She's only sitting on 2 points at the moment for the Whai.
There's that one block from Dom McBride. And look at those steals for the Kahu. Most of them coming in that opening quarter flurry. They raced to a 23-6 lead in that opening quarter. Second quarter belonging to the Whai, 22-14. And at the half, the Kahu lead this one by 9. Queens and Pauakai coming up in semi-final number 2 a little bit later on tonight. But on the other side of the break, we're going to be joined by a special guest who made a very, very happy announcement for all during the week. Don't go away. Back with more right here on Sky Sport. The Tauihi Final 4 is underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, give it up for the Tribe Dance Academy.
Camera's coming up to you. Camera's coming up to you.
We have one more half of basketball and this one to go. Who will book their ticket to tomorrow's grand final? There are still tickets left. So head along to flickit.co.nz to get yours before they're all gone. That's flickit.co.nz for tomorrow's final. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we are fundraising for the Media League Fund over the next 2 nights. All those that are affected by the weather event over the last week.
Halftime here at the Trafalgar Centre in Nelson tonight. Tauihi Final Four is underway. Justin Nelson and Donna Wilkins with you. Kahu leading it 37-28, and they're just doing enough, Donna, to hang in there after a slow start, the fight.
Yeah, look, and they needed to step up their game, didn't they? And I think they did that, and they've got a bit of momentum swing at the end of that second quarter, so it'll be interesting to see what they come out and do in this opening of the second half. They need to get through those lanes and down to the rim, I reckon.
Well, if you're wondering why we haven't seen much of Ash Kelman-Poto for the Kahu this season, there is a very, very good reason. Of course, during the week she announced her pregnancy, second child on the way, and she joins Megan Compain down on the sidelines. Here she is.
Down here sideline with Ash. And Ash, last time we caught up, I was giving you an MVP trophy for WBC title. Skip forward 2 years and now you're playing in this professional Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa. What does it mean for you?
It's a great opportunity to still keep playing, and hopefully I'll play a few more years, definitely, but I love it. It's amazing.
Well, we obviously we're really excited to see you come in playing at the beginning of the season, and you're not playing for the last few games because of big congratulations. You are 26 weeks pregnant, and you are expecting a little baby coming up soon.
Yeah, sure, I'm very excited. Bit of timing, confusion, but no, I'm very excited, yeah.
I love the fact that we're able to normalise this in professional basketball. You are a professional athlete, and you can, now we've actually seen you can have both, right? You told me the most exciting thing you are looking forward to is getting back on the court. Now that can't be the most exciting.
Well, first off, yeah, most exciting thing would be having a baby and then getting back into the court. Definitely paving a way for other women and showing them that it's okay that you can play as long as you're healthy and your body will last.
Oh, and I love it, and congratulations, and you're going to be an inspiration for many young, aspiring tall ferns and Kahu coming up. Okay, quick prediction.
Oh, for us for sure.
Okay, Kahu all the way. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ash.
Fantastic. Wonderful news that was during the week, Donna, and no doubt Tauihi is a true family affair, of course. Number of players with children, and great to see all of the teams, you know, putting in a lot of time and effort to provide a really good environment for families, especially those of the players. And Ash Kelman-Poto, how about that? Some good news with baby number 2 on the way.
Look, I love it. I came back from having kids and trying to stay at that elite level of sport, and to have the support to come back and do what you love is awesome to see.
And it's not just players. I'm pretty sure I saw Megan Compain's little man running around here somewhere before as well. So we welcome all the families to the GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi, and it's going to be great to see Ash Kelman-Poto, Sky Sport Tall Fern, back in action in the future. Second half about to start here, and of course a spot in tomorrow night's grand final is up for grabs. Kahu leading at the half. They get first possession here, although that possession won't last long as Nikki Green comes up with the steal. Just the start the Whai wanted, especially if they can convert from here. Sneaky little look from Clark. She goes to Green, somehow gets the shot up. That one in and out. I've seen that off the hand of Green a number of times tonight.
Yeah, I think that's when she needs to use a dribble and get right in off the glass.
Here's Ledger Walker. Tiana Clark, she's shutting down that opportunity to get to the basket for her. Somehow, Talia Tapaya does get to the basket. And she's going to head back to the Razine. How about this? Just received a message. We've currently got the All Blacks watching on. They're in their team rooms tonight. Of course, they've got a big game coming up tomorrow night. Dare I say it, after the Tauihi Grand Final. We've timed that one well, haven't we? Of course, the Tauihi Grand Final on at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. And in fact, there's a picture. I've just had a picture sent through. So hello to all of the All Blacks. We wish you well. We hope you're enjoying tonight's action semi-final number 1. And make sure you don't go away. Make a night of it, because semi-final number 2 is coming up a little bit later on. And I do know, Donna, that a number of those players are very passionate Tokomanawa Queens fans. So they're going to be sticking with us for the ride tonight.
And haven't they been good of late? The last couple of rounds, the Queens have been upping their game.
I think won their last 5 or thereabouts. Here's Lambert to the basket. What a move off the left from Kyra Lambert.
And that's what she does best. Drives to the hoop, the lane opens up.
Adams-Gavay hands it off to Michaela Cox, the veteran. Oh, look at that. Got Nikki Green up off the floor. What a finish from Michaela Cox.
I'm sitting here cackling away as Green is a wee bit dumbfounded. What did I do? But Cox does well, gets her up in the air, and as she steps through, collects her foot.
Just enough.
So when you're a defender, you don't want to get off the ground because you just leave yourself open for the foul. Cox, too smart.
And I do apologise. I think I said that basket went down, but Michaela Cox will have to work for the points from the Resine, but we know how good she is from this position. No mistake with the first. She is one of the very best free throw shooters, not only that you'll see in Tauihi, but worldwide. Second one is good. 36-year-old veteran.
Comes from lots and lots of practice, Justin.
Here's Tiana Clark, a little bit out of control in the end. Marte Grays comes up with it, and back come the Kahu.
Yeah, not the offense that the Whai would have wanted. I'm not sure Mel would have been that impressed with that.
Here's Grays underneath.
I don't know how she kept the handle on that.
I don't think she knows how she kept a handle on it. Here's Tapia again through traffic. Strong bullocking work from the Australian. Loose ball.
Hustle.
Good work by Gabriella Adams-Gavay, and another basket for the Kahu. Back out to a 13-point lead now. Clark off balance on the shot, got it back. Nikki Green underneath. She's going to get a second effort. Michaela Cox called for the foul. You can see the reaction from Cox. She thought it was all ball. Doesn't matter, whistle's gone, and Nikki Green off to the coloured stripe. How did you see that one, Donna Wilkins?
Well, I'm not too sure whether or not she got all ball or not. The angle that we were looking at it, we might see here. Yeah, maybe she got a wee bit of the hand, not sure from that angle, but Cox was pretty certain, but it's called. But Green so strong on the boards.
She's been racking up the rebounds tonight. Averages 11.5 a game. Ranked number 1 in the Tauihi. She's already got 11 rebounds in this one tonight. Early in the third. Kahu by 13. Here's Ledger Walker stepping back on Clark. Just wearing the contact, off balance, drains the basket. And just like that, Donna, it's out to 15.
Yeah, Ledger Walker's been great for the Kahu tonight. Just as we see her pick up another possession, another steal for Ledger Walker. She's been great from three-point land and also finishing around the rim.
Here she is, right on cue. I see her sister Charlize in town for the Final Four as well.
The shot clock's counting down, only 2 on it.
Gonna have to go here with a shot. Does she get it off? She does, just in time.
In and out it goes.
Well, Lambert was the player that got the Whai going late in the second quarter. Can she do the same now? Her team needs her. Kyra Lambert with some space, off to Green, off the glass. That one with a little bit too much pepper on it.
Yeah, unfortunately for Green, just not happening for her on the offensive end. Not from lack of trying, but just not getting the roll.
Cox, speaking of not getting the roll, unable to come up with the goods there. Tara Reid and Olivia Berry coming in for the Kahu. Kendall Heremaya back out there for the Whai. There's Guy Malloy, coach of the Sky Sport Tall Fern, sitting beside Greg Williamson, former chair of Basketball New Zealand, taking in all of the action. Not sure if Guy's getting too much conversation out of that young man sitting beside him on the other side. That would be an interesting conversation.
He looks very relaxed in his seat, that young wee boy.
Are they going to say Guy Malloy looks relaxed? Block.
Well, he didn't have a notepad out.
Rabati with the big rejection. Lambert comes back. How about the finish from Kyra Lambert?
Oh, she's all class, isn't she? A much needed bucket for the Whai. I was just thinking, I wonder how much it takes out of you, the Whai having to work their way back into the game, all for the lead to push out. Just takes so much energy, doesn't it, Justin?
Yeah, it does. Ezra McGoldrick just reaching in on that foul. There's the finish from Kyra Lambert. She's got a game high, 15 points. So she's certainly doing her bit tonight for the Whai as Jelena Vucinic steps back onto the floor, wearing the number 10 for the Whai. Margin at 13. Here's Tapia. Pushes it back out. Reed into the corner. Berry's just stepped onto the floor. That one's hit just about everything. The ring, the backboard, the support. Midway through the third. We've seen the Whai get themselves back into it once already tonight. Can they get some momentum here down the stretch of this third quarter? Lambert is fouled. She's off to the Resine.
She does her job though, doesn't she? She finds a way to get the ball up so she can go to that Resine line, and her teammates are going to need her to get these both. Just puts the ball down and goes hard. Protects the ball.
She's 83% from the line as well, so good chance these two are going to go down. Her first trip to that very colourful foul line that we've seen throughout the Sal's NBL season and the GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi. I think all the kids these days are running around school calling it the Resine. It's caught on very quickly, hasn't it?
It has indeed, as she makes number 2.
And that gap sits at 11 right now. Got to get a stop for the Whai. Plenty of pink in the crowd tonight here at the Trafalgar Centre. Oh, everyone just left Tara Reid to go it alone. She comes down with the rebound. There's a foul with contact underneath. I think even Tara Reid couldn't believe what had happened. Everyone ran away from her and the lane just opened up.
Yeah, I think they were thinking they were going to go the other way.
Look at this.
Off the pick. It just opens up for her, but a bit unlucky on that foul. But just taking the landing space.
Second foul for Kyra Lambert. McBride and Green both have 3 apiece. So the Whai need to keep an eye on their international stars here. Michaela Cox has 3 fouls for the Kahu. Possession is with the Kahu. Here's Tapia. Ledger Walker. Lambert quickly into that gap. Closing it down into the corner. Berry. It ends up with Marte Grace for another 2. And how about the game tonight from Grace? She's got 13 points and 7 rebounds.
Yeah, she's been solid, hasn't she? And that's the issue that the Kahu have. Like, they've got so many scorers and different people stepping up at different times as we see them come away with another possession.
And you know something creative is going to happen when it's in the hands of Talia Tapia. Reed couldn't convert. She does get it back off the O boards. They settle again, the Kahu. Ledger Walker just hesitating here. Again, she finds some space. Couldn't convert. Here's McBride. Hadamaya now. We know her talents only too well. She's a rising Kiwi star. Sold a little bit of candy. Step back on her left. Good basket off the glass for Hadamaya.
I love how she had the little glance up at the shot clock, see how much time she had left.
Here's Reed, aggressive to the basket, ran in to Sean Rabadi, who sent Tara Reed packing.
Yeah, an awesome defensive play there. Tied up the ball, got in the right position defensively.
And I reckon for Sean Rabadi, Donna, she had a big chance for the Youth Player of the Year award and happened to come up against a 21-year-old Argentinian international star by the name of Florencia Chagas.
Yeah, look, that's tough, isn't it? But it's just great to see so much talent on display in the Tauihi, isn't it? And it's just going to create opportunities every year that this competition continues.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. It's on the international map now, this new professional league here in New Zealand. Got a feeling you're going to see a lot more international players wanting to come here and play in the Tauihi. And importantly, it is definitely now the talk amongst all of those tall ferns and Kiwis who are playing overseas and collegiately in America. They want to come home and play here on home soil in the Tauihi. Nikki Green with the big rebound draws the foul. How would have a competition been of this nature for you back when you were playing basketball, Donna?
It would have been amazing. Look, we had a competition where, well, when I first started playing, we were travelling a bit around like the men every weekend. But it was really hard to strum up that support, but obviously that wasn't financial. So I think that's the biggest thing. These athletes can now put their focus on basketball. They can get a little bit of money back for doing that. They can, you know, and that's the thing. Normally you have to have a job or you're studying. You're always doing something else, so you can't put your whole focus on it. But now you can, and this is just going to grow.
I know we're talking about the All Blacks tuning in and watching this game tonight. Here's Don McBride, short on the shot. We should send a message and get a bit of a straw poll from the room. See who they're going for in the second game tonight, the Queens or the Pauakai. An All Black straw poll. Be great to see who they're tipping in that second semi-final. Here's Michaela Cox.
Definitely cannot leave that woman open on the three-point line. She had far too much space. You need to know where those shooters are.
And as much as the Fire trying to get themselves back into this game, the margin still at 14 now. 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. Lambert nowhere to go on that attack. Tiana Clark goes from deep. The 3x3 star. She just has not been able to hit those tonight.
Yeah, and a lot of those shots are coming late in that shot clock from the three-point land.
Tapia with the miss. There's a foul off the rebound.
Yeah, just reaching over.
I always think they're a tough call because you've got a taller player over the back, and you can see Michaela Cox in the foreground there just trying to explain the same thing. You've got a taller player over the back who reaches over to pick up the rebound. It's just a tough one for me.
Oh, look, it is tough, but then you're boxing out and coming over, like maybe you've got to tip it to yourself to then regain that position to make it obvious that you have gone up and over.
You do realise I'm defending the players here, don't you?
Yeah, I know that, but I'm thinking from me when I'm, you know, going for a rebound, you know, if someone's boxing you out and they're underneath you, it's a fine line. And obviously, she got the call against her.
You didn't miss too many rebounds over the years either.
I got a few.
Yeah, star, absolute star. You're being very humble, Donna Wilkins. Lambert makes the first in the bonus, of course. Here she is, and the second from the Rosine.
Yeah, look, Lambert's been amazing for the Phi, but she needs help if they want to eat into this 12-point deficit.
She's got 19 in the game now. 4 of 4 from the stripe. Just got a break in play. I think the officials having a little bit of trouble hearing the buzzer on the sidelines. Subs are being asked for.
Yeah, I was talking to the bench earlier, and I think there's 3 different options for a buzzer. I think when it gets loud in here, you can't hear it. So now there's a bit of an air horn that may go off beside us, so we might get a bit jumpy here.
Well, the 4th option is Megan Compain stands up and yells out. So
I'm sure she'll love that job.
We don't want to go down that path. Back underway, Kahu in possession. Hope you're enjoying it on Sky Sport tonight. Of course, all roads lead to tomorrow night's grand final. Make sure you join us from 6 p.m. as we crown a first champion, and it may well be the Kahu as Crystal Ledger-Walker bangs down another triple.
She has been an absolute superstar tonight for the Kahu as we see Lambert for her team repays the favour.
Well, Ledger-Walker is 4 of 6 from downtown this evening. She's got 16 in the game. Leading scorer for the Kahu. Here's Marte Grace. Oh, stripped out of her hands by Hedda Meyer, who may go all the way. She holds up the dribble, sends it down to Green. Bullet pass to McGoldrick. Great basket for the Whai. Tapia. Good hand.
Another steal.
Well, it was Tiana Clark who got the first hand on it to knock it clear. Foul called, and that's going to send the Whai all the way back down the other end of the court for a look at another couple of shots. They could bring it back to 8, just like that. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Watch Tiana Clark come in. In fact, that was the earlier one from Hedda Meyer.
Yeah, just a clean strip. Great position. And now she's at the Rosine line.
She's had a wonderful collegiate career, Kendall Hedda Meyer. Terrific to be able to have her back home here in New Zealand and playing in this Tauihi competition. Nails both, and have a look at that. We're at 8.
And that just comes from defensive stops. Getting in front of the player, between the player and the basket, and doing everything right.
And I'll tell you now, if they can win the next 90 seconds here, the Whai, they're going to go into three-quarter time charged up and confident of perhaps causing what would be an upset here in semi-final number 1. First versus fourth. Good defense there by Clark. Somehow Ledger-Walker gets it back, but she turns it over. Here come the Whai. Hedda Meyer. Oh, had Rabati inside there for a moment.
Chose to give it up, and
somehow Rabati keeps it in, but only as far as Cox. Feels like the Kahu may have dodged a bullet there. Grays from the corner steps over the sideline. That's a coach killer.
Yeah, and another opportunity here for the Whai.
Both teams still have their Sky City player timeout to use in this second half. Keep an eye on that because they become pretty important down the stretch. See Sam Dempster up there in the background, the Nelson Giants captain, watching on, supporting the Tauihi here tonight in his hometown. Lambert. Rabati. Hands it back. Hedda Meyer.
Oh, that was huge. That was absolutely huge. I don't even think she had a look at the hoop. It was such a quick release.
There he is, Sammy Dempster. Riley Benson in there as well.
Oh, he had to have liked that shot.
Oh, Sammy Dempster would have liked it for sure. 3-point specialist for the Giants. Have a look at this. We're at 5. Here's Grays. Tough shot from the corner. Marte Grays. Wow. What a big basket for the Kahu. And that'll do us. So three-quarter time. Hedda Meyer at one end, brought it back to 5, but Marte Grace just getting the pat there from Crystal Ledger-Walker. It's an 8-point margin with a quarter to play here in the semi-final. Tauihi Final 4, the winner, heading through to the grand final tomorrow night. Who's it going to be? And don't forget, the Queens and the Poakai to come tonight, straight after this. Quarter to play. Join us on the other side of the break. Kahu and the Whai.
What brings you here, mate? Very good. Are you confident? You look pretty shaky, mate. You all right? Get behind Max, ladies and gentlemen. It's a half-court shot. When you're ready, mate. No good. Should we let him do it again, ladies and gentlemen? Get nice and loud for Max, though. Second chance. Here we go, Max. No good. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause from Max from Hope Particular.
I will send you in.
This last quarter, ladies and gentlemen, should be a doozy. Kahu up 56 over Whai's 48. Who you got? Who's got Kahu? Who's got 5? One more time, who's got Kahu?
Welcome back to the Trafalgar Centre tonight, semi-final number 1 in the Tauihi. And look at that, the Whai fans are up and about. We've got an 8-point margin at three-quarter time. Megan Compain has been down listening to the Kahu. What did Jodie Cameron have to say, Megan?
So times like these when true leaders step up, and Michaela Cox had a lot to say in that timeout. I couldn't quite hear what it was, but it was very animated, to which Coach Jodie Cameron just turned around and said, we are in control, guys. We've got the lead. We need to do the little things well and keep possession of the ball, so stop turning the ball over.
Thanks very much, Megan Compain, joining us tonight on Sky Sport. Whai with the first possession of this last quarter. Sian Rabadi has come to play, and we're back to 6. Donna Wilkins.
Oh, how exciting is this to watch? The Whai have just, after a terrible opening quarter, have just found their groove, and we're looking at the stats, and they are actually shooting a better percentage than the Kahu at the moment.
Well, they were down 23-6 at quarter time.
It's a massive turnaround, and now another opportunity offensively as Clark chucks it up.
Draws the foul, Talia Tapia. And you would think right now, pressure is on the top team. They've dominated the season. They've met the Whai 3 times and beaten them all 3 occasions. I mean, the Whai can take a free swing here. They finished 4th on the ladder. They've got themselves back into this one. They were down by 17 at quarter time as Clark makes the first. I mean, they can literally take a free swing here, and there's a grand final berth waiting for them if they can cause the upset.
Oh, absolutely, and we see this all the time in sport, isn't it? It's about creating your opportunities, and all you have to do is get into the Final 4 to have a shot at that final and at the championship. And look, they had a terrible opening quarter, but they haven't stopped fighting. And most of that has come through Lambert. She has been absolutely outstanding in getting them back into this opportunity.
And if anyone think that upsets can't happen come finals time here in New Zealand, you only need to go back to the Cells NBL Final 6 just a couple of weeks ago. That was incredible. Of course, the Otago Nuggets going on and winning the championship. Oh, Talia Tapia. Well, that's why she is a class import in this competition. MVP of the Tauihi, takes it back out to 6.
And she's probably been a little bit quiet offensively for herself, but she's a big-time player, and that was an important basket as we see a turnover.
And speaking of big-time players, Michaela Cox there with the steal. She's done all of this before, I can assure you of that.
Oh, so experienced.
Here's Tapia. Just asking Marta Grace to get out of the way, and McGoldrick comes up with a big rejection. Tara Reid coming back in for the Kahu. Don McBride back onto the floor, replacing Sian Rabadi.
And this is a hard thing in sport, isn't it? A lot of times when you get a lead, you try and protect the lead instead of, you know, trying to look for more offensively. And I think the Kahu have been a wee bit static. As we see this play, what a timely block. Tapia was going to the bucket.
She's got 10 points in the game, Tapia. Here she is on a big 3. Oh, wow. Talia Tapia, I was about to say, averages 18.5 points a game. She's been held to 10. But just like that, she's out to 12 and she scored the last 5.
And that's a huge 3 for her team.
In fact, out to 13, I should say. With a huge triple. She was nearly in the car park.
But how good of the Kahu, like you've got Ledger Walker that's stepping up points-wise tonight and taking some of that load. Every time Tapaia's getting the ball, she's getting doubled. It makes it a lot harder to score, but she's finding her teammates.
Well, and this is why she's the MVP of the competition. She goes to work again. Talia Tapaia, and look at the reaction in the background there from Michaela Cox. She knows that the Tauihi MVP in the last 40 seconds of this game has absolutely turned it back in favour of the Kahu. Replay here, I mean, that is just strength.
Yeah, look, she's scored, the last 7 straight points. Can't make it 8. But I still don't understand why she's been given that left channel. She drives so well down that left side. I'd be making her go right all day.
Well, importantly, it was back to 4. It's now out to 11. Hadamaya with a couple of looks inside. I mean, that's the importance of what Talia Tapaia has just done here in the last minute or so. Timeout. There's those couple of opportunities for Kendall Hadamaya. The Whai need to have a chat here. And I reckon about 60 to 90 seconds ago, they would have been feeling fairly pleased with what they were seeing on that 5 bench, Donna Wilkins. And right now, just like that, they're probably having a chat about that player in the middle of the Kahu bench, Talia Tapaia.
Look, and you've just got to man up on her. You can't give her that left lane. You've got to push her onto her right hand and into your help and hope that you've got help there to try and stop her, because at the moment she's come out firing when her team's needed her.
Of course, she's heading back to Australia after this Tauihi season, back into the Australian WNBL with the Canberra Capitals.
It's not a bad team, the Canberra Capitals.
Very good team. And I think it might be her 10th or 11th season, believe it or not, Tapaia. She made her debut in 2012. We spoke about that earlier on. Second youngest ever debutant in the Australian WNBL. Essentially 15 and a half years of age. Younger. Let's catch up with Megan Compain and find out what the Whai had to talk about during that timeout. Here she is.
Oh yeah, thank you very much, Justin. A very tactical timeout there by Coach Mel Bennett. She was looking at taking advantage of the out-of-bounds play, but she did make some good substitutions in respect to bringing back on Tiana Clark, so she's obviously looking for the downtown 3.
Thanks very much, Megan. Whai are going to get it back here. Well, what do they got to do out of that timeout, Donna?
Oh, look, I think they just got to defensively stick to Tapaia, try and push her out of what she wants to do. You know, she's so strong on those first couple of dribbles to the hoop. You've just got to have to pick her up early. And offensively, they need to connect with that hoop.
Lambert 19 in the game. Hadamaya inside off the glass, gets the roll. So she's starting to come alive for the Fire. She's up to 15 in the game now, Kendall Hadamaya.
And a timely bucket, wasn't it? But this is where they need to up their game. Not happy with the call, but there was definitely in that. I could actually hear the slap from here.
And I reckon she knows it too, Dom McBride.
I'm sure if she watched the replay. But I think just frustrated because she did have an opportunity to get it clean.
What about the Fire supporters? Let's hear you.
Let's have a look at this again on the GJ Gardner Homes replay. You can just see there. And straight away, Talia Tapaia
And Cox in the background as well, Justin. I think Tapaia wanted a tee.
Some fun and games here tonight in this semi-final. 7 minutes of play left. Oh, heavy contact on the inbound there. That's going to go against Michaela Cox. Running into Kyra Lambert. You could hear the thud in the background. And totally accidental. I think Michaela Cox stepped one way, went to turn back, and Lambert just happened to be standing right there. Cannon into her. Offensive foul against the Kahu. Just one of those unfortunate moments. Maybe it'll be a big moment in this game for the Whai. Lambert, Green from distance. Oh, that one in and out. She just hasn't been able to nail that shot.
No, she hasn't, and that's why I think it's important for her to get all the way to the rim. She's so strong.
Oh, look at that.
And
there she is again.
And that was just all too easy for Tauihi.
Well, she's picked the Kahu up in this last quarter. You can hear the MVP cries from the crowd coming in the background, and for good reason. Hadamaya with the miss. I mean, she really has lifted this team onto her shoulders in the last few minutes, hasn't she?
And that's what happens when you've got a player like that that's just been named MVP of the league. They step up when they need to, and Kahu was struggling for a bit there. Whai came right back at them, but she's just stepped up her game, and when her teams needed her, she scored the points.
Marte Grays with the offensive foul there for the Kahu. Margin at 11. Just over 6 minutes to play. We've seen the Whai work themselves back from bigger margins than this so far tonight. But a lot needs to go right for them from here.
And it's just how much has that taken out of them energy-wise.
Lambert, McGoldrick, ball on the floor. Nowhere to go. Good defense, Madison Wolf. In fact, it was Tara Reid. Here's McBride. She hands it off. Now McGoldrick charging through. Oh, good hand. Poked into the floor.
Is there anybody else on the court at the moment?
Maybe not. Maybe not. Talia Tauihi is putting on a clinic in the GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa Final Four. What a spell of 4.5 minutes from the Kahu number 4 MVP of the season, Talia Tauihi.
It started from the strip as well. As we're not going to see, we're just going to see a reach and foul from Reid.
Timeout called from Mel Bennett. Margin, believe it or not, in the opening minute of this quarter was pulled back to 4 points. Right now, though, it's back out to 14, and the Kahu 5.5 minutes away, Donna, from booking spot number 1 in tomorrow night's inaugural grand final. And I saw the trophy earlier on today. Man, it looks good.
Oh, it looks really good, and it's actually really heavy. I had to give it back to Hugh. I was like, I don't think I can hold this much longer. It's an amazing trophy, and how awesome would it be to hold that first? And look, Talia Tauihi,
Well, there you go. MVP number 4.
Absolutely. Look, she's really stepped up this quarter, and I'm sure the Whai are talking now about, you know, who's going to mark her, who's going to step up and take her. Is it going to be Nikki Green? Someone has to stay on her, and they don't help off her. They have to stay on her. They have to push her away from where she wants to go. But at the moment, everything's going right. It's going to be a tough job.
There's some of the fans tonight. They're big Talia Tauihi supporters. In fact, not only on the signs, also on the T-shirt. Have a look at that.
Yeah, how cool is that to have your fan club?
She's been listening intently to the timeouts.
I'm sitting here in front of Talia Tauihi's personal cheering MVP team here, which is awesome. Jodie Cameron had a little bit to say to her team just in that timeout. She said, look, we're under control here, but we got to keep pushing, right? We want to keep pushing the ball up the court, under control. She was looking at the wings as a really strong position for us, for the team to spot up, look for that open shot and crash the boards. Well,
one thing she'd also be looking for is Talia Tauihi on her left, because at the moment the Whai just cannot stop that penetration.
Look, and it's tough, isn't it? Because you shut down one aspect of her offense, and then she just launches a 3 from a metre back. Like, at the moment she's hot. I'm not sure if you can stop her.
Here's Marte Grays. Tauihi. Oh, what a pass. Well, we have seen Talia Tauihi doing it all in this last quarter tonight. That is just world-class stuff.
Yeah, look, when you're on fire, and she sure is that.
Reid nearly comes up with the steal. It'll fall into the hands of Tauihi. She's going to get another assist end-to-end stuff here for the Kahu, and they're running away with this one in the last quarter. That margin out to 17. And you'd have to think now that first spot in the grand final is just about booked. The ticket is just about stamped. Tapia, happy to just keep things under control here and use a bit of time. Another assist, no, Ledger Walker.
Yeah, just a little bit too tough off the glass, but what a find. Not only can she score, but she can set up her teammates.
20 points, 4 assists, 4 steals, and now 4 rebounds for margin sits at 15. Reed got a body in there on the pass. Loose ball. And I think in the end it might be a jump. No, it's going to actually fall into the hands of Ledger Walker. Short on the shot. Here's McGoldrick. Hands it back out. Tiana Clark, not her night. Reaching in, Marte Grays with the foul. Well, we've seen Tiana Clark have some big shooting games so far this season. We know that she's a star with the 3x3 tall ferns. It hasn't been her night. Shooting just 2 of 13. The Whai number 0. And she'll be disappointed with that, but gee, I just think back to that game in Christchurch earlier on this season when she hit 11 threes, a record for women's basketball here in New Zealand. What a game that was.
Yeah, look, that was a huge game. And the scores were quite even, and then she started just hitting that third quarter was massive from Tiana Clark, but just can't find that form tonight when her team needs it. But maybe that's the difference when you're down. You know, at the start, 23-6, you're trying to hit threes when you're already chasing the scoreboard. You're not relaxed on your shot. You're forcing it rather than just going through the motion. So maybe that's the reason why she is only, you know, I don't think she's actually hit a 3 tonight, has she?
No, she hasn't. 2 of 13, 6 points, a couple of field goals, 0 of 5 from the arc, a couple of free throws as well. Interesting to note that in that third quarter, the Whai won at 20-19. That's the first time the Whai have won a third quarter against the Kahu this season. But of course, the Kahu have stormed out in this fourth quarter. They've actually outscored the Whai in those 3 meetings this season in the second half, 132-76. So they're big finishers, the Kahu, when it comes to playing the Whai. Megan Compain, what have you got for us out of that timeout?
I was sitting there down with Coach Mel Bennett in the Whai, and she was looking in everyone's eyes and talking about this is not over. We've got a game to play. This is a game of runs. She wants a trap. She wants pressure on the ball and belief.
Well, some belief there from Tiana Clark. We've just been talking about her hard night at the office shooting-wise, and she comes up with a basket. Another pass from Talia Tapia into Marte Gray's foul against Hedemeier.
What a great find too. Tapia was doubled, managed to step through and also give that pass away.
Well, of course, Donna, the Tokomanawa Queens and the mainland Puakai come up after this one in semi-final number 2, and their focus will be fully on that game tonight. But whoever wins that game, when they sit down and they have a look at this tape to prepare for tomorrow night's grand final, I just want them to fast forward to the start of the last quarter and just have a look at the player they need to stop, Talia Tapia.
Oh, absolutely, but the reason they were in the situation that they were is players like Crystal Ledger Walker doing her job, scoring, freeing up Tapia at the end here to just go on a run.
Hedemeier off the glass on the reverse. Can't finish the shot. She's got 15 in the game tonight. Lambert with 22. They're the only 2 Whai players in double digits. Michaela Cox. Well, we've talked about her love of the 3 ball from the corner.
And she was left well alone in that corner.
Lambert with the turnaround off the right.
Unfortunately, though, for the Whai, 2 points at a time is not going to be enough.
Just over 2 minutes to play. Oh, here we go. In and out.
Oh, she does miss.
Yeah, for Tauihi. Doesn't happen often. Skates, pulls up the dribble. Look at the defense closing her down. Lambert comes in to steady the ship for the fight. She gets on the drive, loves that little scoop basket off her right. Can't finish it on that occasion.
No, unfortunately, she was hoping for the foul as well, knowing that she needs a three-point play, but ends up missing on the finish.
Here's Tauihi. Draws a couple of players to her. Ledger Walker switches it out to the left. Tauihi now for another triple.
Green swipes at it and gets the rebound.
She's done her job off the boards tonight. 14 rebounds for Nikki Green, but only 2 points as Lambert misses one. She knows she should have put away. Just over 70 seconds to play. Semi-final number 1 in the Tauihi. And what a season to soar it's been for this brand new professional women's basketball competition here in Aotearoa. It's had it all. Some late subs here for the Kahu. They know that in 65 seconds time they're going to be celebrating a berth in the first ever Tauihi Grand Final. What a season it's been for the Whai though. Let's not forget about them. Coach Mel Bennett there on screen.
Yeah, look, for the Whai, it could have been really easy for them to drop their heads after their opening quarter, but they've stuck with it and created opportunities throughout. But it's just got away, as Tauihi has showed in that last quarter, why she's MVP.
Yeah, she's been a star tonight, hasn't she? 16 points is the margin. And of course we've got such a big game coming up after this. The Queens and the Pauakai. Those two teams will be in their change rooms right now, Donna. Nerves, no doubt. Just the same as these two teams had a couple of hours ago. Such a big occasion. Just seeing there, Michaela Cox, they're up by 16. They're going to win this game. And in the middle of that timeout, Michaela, there she is. She's got the whiteboard. She's got the texter. She's directing the traffic there. Love it.
And that's what a leader is. Look, she's so experienced. She's been playing basketball for a long time. Look, when I was playing, she was playing.
Yes,
that was just because I was at the end of my career, I must admit, and I was quite old. And she was very young. But look, and you learn off those players, don't you? And that's really cool to see that, you know, they're still fighting when they know they've got it in the bag.
Oh, and Sky Sport Tall Ferns coach Guy Malloy, who's here tonight, he just loves seeing that sort of stuff. Real leader of the national team. Here she is.
We'll see if the play was drawn up for herself.
Well, maybe it was. It certainly was on the assist. Gave Tauihi a chance to the basket. You called it, Donna Wilkins. Here's McBride for three. Late basket. No, that one's going to miss everything.
No, I think Reed might have got a little bit of a tip off that shot.
Some late changes here for the Whai. Missy Nuku onto the court. Rosalia Samia as well.
And it's nice to see, isn't it? These players train hard day in, day out. And to get an opportunity in a semi-final, albeit under a minute, but an opportunity to get out on court is awesome to see.
It's all about building their own career, isn't it? Young players, we're going to see a lot more of those youngsters in the Tauihi over the coming years. Big shot there from Tara Reid. Oh, Olivia Berry comes up with the steal. That was very nice by Berry. Adams Gavay, there's a little foul there against the Whai. We're going to see a couple of late shots here from the Razine that's had a bit of a workout tonight for the Kahu. We spoke about the importance for the Whai to keep the Kahu away from the coloured stripe. They're 15 of 19 from the line tonight. The Whai, 9 of 12. And this is one play you don't want to see heading to the Razine, although that's a rare miss.
And probably the only thing she's done wrong this quarter. And it's been such a strength of the Kahu, isn't it? Getting to the Razine. They punish teams.
Here's the second shot. That one's good to go. Dying seconds of this one. Kahu still putting the pressure up the floor. They're relentless. Had a 23-6 opening quarter to set this one up. The Whai battling back during the middle quarters. Missy Nuku comes up with a banked shot. You take those points any way you can get them, but that'll do us. 78-63, the margin in this one tonight. Semi-final number 1, done and dusted. And importantly, Donna, for the Kahu, they have punched their ticket through to tomorrow night's GJ Gardner Holmes Tauihi Grand Final. They're there.
And well deserved. They've been the standout all season. They started with such a run of 9 straight games and maybe fell off the end of the season, but look, 21-13 that last quarter. That's pure class.
Talia Tabaya, how about her last quarter?
It was massive, and you know, look, the Whai were right there at that point until she took the ball in her hands and look, I'm going to get to the hoop. I got to the hoop, I shot a 3, chucked in a few steals in there as well as some assists. She was just absolutely on fire, and just shows why she's the MVP of the league.
Yeah, it's been a big week for her. It's been a big week for the Kahu. They've had a number of award winners. Star of this semi-final tonight gets a celebratory kiss there from Megan Compain. We're going to head down to the sidelines in just a moment to have a chat to Talia Tabaya, the Aussie import, who has very strong Kiwi connections as well.
Oh, just so good to see her over here and in this competition, isn't it? Being able to sit back and watch someone of her class play basketball live here in our country is awesome, and you know, hopefully she's enjoyed the experience as well, and looking to come back next year. How good would that be?
She's definitely enjoyed tonight, and fair chance she'll enjoy the full experience if they can get up tomorrow night. The one question is, who are they going to be playing? Mainland Pauakai or the Tokomanawa Queens? We're going to find that out very, very shortly on Sky Sport. But for now, though, as we've said a number of times, star of the show tonight, Talia Tabaya, the MVP. Here she is with Megan Compain.
Oh, Talia, that must feel pretty good to get that one under your belt, but look, the scoreline probably doesn't reflect how tough that battle out there was tonight. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, credit to Whai. They're a really tough team. Their imports are amazing. They've got a lot of great Kiwi girls, so talent's coming in. But yeah, it was a really hard game, as you said. They kept pushing us. But I mean, we wanted to get it done, and we did. We pushed the first quarter, so I'm just really happy with us too.
Well, you've got some scoring weapons on your team, and it seems like you've passed the ball and moved the opportunity around. In the first half, it was all Crystal. In the second half, you seemed to take charge. Was that a part of the game plan going in after the second half?
Yeah, we have really good chemistry, and you know, it pulled off today. We wanted that, but we've got multiple scorers, and our team doesn't have to be. So that's a really good thing about our team.
I was sitting right in front of your personal cheering MVP squad, and I tell you what was the fan support mean to you down here this weekend?
Yeah, it's amazing. I got heaps of whānau that came from Auckland, and I got whānau down here in Nelson, so yeah, I just really appreciate it.
Awesome. Hey, rest up, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Cool, thank you. Bye.
There you go, 21 points tonight for Talia Tabaya, and the Kahu are through. 78-63 winners over the Whai. Great season from the Whai. There's a quick look at the stats. Leading scorers, Lambert with 24. She did everything she could for the Whai, but Tabaya, 21 in the game. Marte Gray's very good as well with 20. Green and Reed on the boards. Quick look at the stats. Tabaya had 3 big assists in that last quarter. Some blocks, and the steals will belong to the Kahu. Tabaya leading the way there again. But they've stamped their ticket. They're the first team through.
They have, and thoroughly deserved. Look, they started with a hiss and a roar. They withheld the Whai's attempt at trying to break them back and just put the hammer down in that last quarter. But they've been the informed team all season, so thoroughly deserved for them to be there in that final.
Nice work, Donna Wilkins, and also Megan Compain with us tonight on Sky Sport. Don't go away, folks. That's semi-final number 1. We've still got another one to go. The Queens and the Pauakai. Who's going to meet the Kahu in tomorrow night's GJ Gardner Holmes Tauihi grand final. We're going to find out on the other side of this break. Semi-final 2, not too far away. Stick with us, can't wait. Queens, Pauakai, coming up next.
Up there. Ready? The first award to give out tonight is the Youth Player of the Year from the Tokomotoa Queens, Florentia Chagas. Making the All-Star 5 from the Queens, Jamie Nard. Best Social Media and Best Game Presentation from the Tokomotoa Queens, GM Rachel Tulale. Awards. Best Fan Engagement from the mainland, Pauakai,